watched Biden's maybe it was a 35-minute address, standing at the podium, which is a weird thing. You should have sat at the desk, but I think he stands at the podium when he's speaking to the world, and the desk is for the country. That's my take. That's what it feels like. So he's at the lectern podium, whatever.
With the boys.
Look, Donald Trump was bad on teleprompter a lot of the times, and he could ramble if he's not on it. Those are true things. Joe Biden can't really speak fluently even when he's reading, though, and it's frustrating. He didn't do poorly, but like I watched the Ukrainian foreign minister. I think maybe he was at the UN or somewhere else speaking.
Good.
Oh my God, he's so eloquent and well spoken. And when they ask him that,
was
that
it
change,
English?
Yeah. Oh,
we watched a different thing. But sorry.
Perfect English. Oh, I'm sure he speaks like any language you need him to.
He's speaking in Russian. The thing I watched, it was outstanding, but I'm interrupting.
He was incredible. And then I watch our president speak, and he's just like, we're gonna just understand. now, let me say it again. What I meant to say was all of them, not just and the republics that he said were republics. They weren't, and they're not going to be. I said that we were going to do this, and now we are. We're going to hit them with the strongest of sanctions. And they're like, well, what about this, that, and the other? Well, maybe not right now.
It's like it's
don't we already sanction
prime
the shit
minister
out
is
of
the
him?
same.
No, the sanctions they put down today. Biden's quote. What he told me today over YouTube was that it's an accurate statement. Biden
Me and my
told
friend
me
Joe.
I heard from Joe today, and he says that the ruble has hit its lowest point ever. He used the word ever.
Oh yeah,
it's because I don't know a lot about central banking, or certainly not global economics, but he cut off their access to Western financial institutions, to like several gigantic banks, and maybe one of them is the one that like pays the soldiers. So it's like, I think he literally may have like made it more difficult for them to pay the people who are fighting right now in Ukraine.
Yeah.
But
I think they're like they cut off like a bunch of banks, and then they also cut off like a shitload of like super rich Russian oligarchs that are like that are like big speakers and shit like that. So they cut off like fuckloads of them to try and put pressure on Putin, I think.
Yep, imports and exports shut down across the board. I saw that like that's not a big amount, like certainly not from the U.S. and Russia, like back and forth. I think we import like 0.10% of their exports come to us or something, like some fraction of a percentage, and like 6% of our shit of our total exports go to Russia. So it's like
that number. Do you know if that was Americans like getting it, or American and our allies? Because I believe that when we sanction Germany sanctions and England sanctions, and
they voted against it though. Germany voted against cutting them off they wanted to cut them off the SWIFT payment system, which is like from bank
that's
to
what
bank.
the reporter asked about. Yeah.
And they didn't do that because Germany voted against it. They didn't want to do it. So
okay.
Yeah. We'll see how Germany feels when Poland falls.
I've seen this
no, they're
before.
coming again.
You go back. No,
I saw that thing that Woody said where you were like German, or maybe it was PKA, and you're like Germany wants to cancel a like natural gas pipeline from Russia into Germany, and apparently it already is canceled. Yeah, and then I was curious, and so I was like wondering how much of the power Germany gets is from Russia. It's a baffling amount. Like it's a majority of it. And so like how is well, it's most of Europe. So what are they gonna? So energy prices are gonna go through the fucking roof.
They already have,
right?
And
they'll continue to get worse and worse.
If you're a smart man, yesterday morning you bought so many fucking oil commodities. That shit, I mean, absolutely fucking mooned yesterday. Not even.
I don't
not even gonna lie. I mean, made a lot of money.
But I'm just curious, like, how is that going to play out? Like, because if they've been relying on Russia for fucking ever, and they were relying on this new pipeline, and they just said, no, we're not getting that anymore. Like, they need a backup plan. Like, what? Yeah. And not just like Germany, like you said. What's going to happen?
Yeah, if they're not getting it from Russia, they have to get it somewhere. The other thing is, I think China committed to buy a lot of Russian exports. So China's basically like, dude, do it. We got your back. You get finance problems? It's cool. We'll buy your shit. We'll buy your
which is a little bit of a different move from China, because they denounced the 2014 grab in the Crimea.
Yes.
But this time they seem to be, at the very least, siding toward Russia, leaning toward Russia. Yeah, for sure.
More than
They're probably just
it's
taking
not
like
subtle.
an American
Their
role.
siding towards it is very much intentional. Like I saw the language of their agreement that came. It's hundreds of pages, but like the excerpts were like, "There's nothing that Russia could do that would make us angry with them," kind of language. Like they basically said, "Invade Ukraine. We're cool with it. Well, like we're going to buy your exports. We are the closest of friends."
And then you've got Putin's nuclear dog whistle in his speech, which is always fun to hear. You know,
when he's like, and you will, your countries will face troubles like they have never experienced in its existence. And it's like, well, that was a long way to stay. Nuke.
What if he said? What if he said? What if he said? Except for you, Japan, you know what's up.
Except for Japan, we gave them. They agreed with us. Took one email.
No. Because
Russia got their ass kicked by Japan last time though. Like they fought before World War I, and Japan tricked them. They were like, "Yeah, we should have a summit," and they put all their warships into dock, and then Japan just bombed the fuck out of them and destroyed the whole Pacific Navy. Just
very
like, yeah, fuck you,
good move.
Yeah, they got fucked.
Tried that move on us.
Yeah, plus one illusion magic.
The Japanese are lucky that we didn't allow the Russians to come in and assist us a little bit more further. That could have gotten much more bloody. The other day we said that we should allow the Japanese to rebuild its military and just forget about that whole World War II thing. I don't know. What you just brought up just soured my feeling. I don't think so. I think another 50 years or so.
They can only have a military with automaton robots. That way, it's not going to be a threat for a long time. They're going to advance robotics on the part of the world, and we basically have our thumb over Japan anyway. As soon as they get a cool ass soldier,
on one condition,
you know what? We're gonna go ahead and take that, and you're not allowed to have it anymore.
Can they be like?
They can be Gundams, yes.
Yes.
I don't want to see Japan with the military.
Now units of military people, they like it's like this guy's like sergeant, so he's the left arm, and the captain's the head, and they take on Russia. Remember that?
I don't want to see them with the military. Last time that Australia and US fought against them, they'd just be like, "Yeah, let's just put this fuckhead up in a tree with a cup of rice," and he'd just sit there for like fucking 5 weeks and just start killing people. They're too dedicated.
You even watch like
my lazy ass. If I get fucking conscripted, man, I'm lazy as fuck. I'm not fighting against someone with that kind of commitment. That's fucked up.
Dude, you watching like I know it's just a TV show, but you watching the Band of Brothers, and like in the first one, which is about like the Nazi front, the Western front, like if the Allies would be like, "I fucking got you, Hans," and he's like, "I have been captured by the Americans. Oh no!" But like in the Pacific series, not as good of a series, they'd be like, "Hey, get over here," and the guy's like, with like 2 grenades, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so much worse than the Western Front. Like that would be horrible.
I think
some
you
guy
had
just running you with a sword.
And you know what else? Here's the other thing. Like I like to watch those YouTube channels where they tell all sorts of like World War II stories. And I was watching one about a guy who had escaped multiple prisoner of war camps in Germany, or at least on the Western Front. Let's say that. I don't know what country he was in at the time, but like. Think about that. They treated him well enough at the first prison camp that he had the strength not only to escape, but to go on. And then when they captured him again, they weren't like, "Oh, we told you what would happen." They were like, "Get back in there." And they and like he went on and did some other stuff. That wouldn't happen in Japan, right? Their prisoner camps were awful. They just
vivisection.
Oh man, he would have been walking out on stumps with his feet sewed to his fucking head.
Like, that's what happened. Like Cotton Hill. That's what happened to Cotton Hill. He lost his shins.
What if we put 4 hearts in a guy who doesn't even want them? And it's put 4 hearts in him. He died.
There was a Medal of Honor winner. It's Cotton Hill, Sergeant Cotton Hill. He had his shins blown off fighting the Japanese in the Pacific, and they fused his foot at the ankle at the knee joint. And a man that was once 6'3", 6'4" had to walk around at like 5 foot flat for the rest of his life. But he was a hero.
I mean, like a little known fact about that story is he didn't need to have his shins removed. They removed them as material for Japanese leg lengthening surgeries.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, well, somewhere there's a 6 foot tall Japanese man that has Sergeant Hill thing.
Okay, let's not be overzealous. 5'3", maybe.
Yeah, 5'3". Yeah. Dude, this Ukraine shit is just so fucking interesting to look at.
What if China
it's
is
wild
like,
that we're living through this?
I saw someone tweet
like, we want to get some revenge, and they're just like, oh yeah, we're just gonna while you're doing that, we're gonna take Taiwan and then invade Japan.
I bet China's supporting Russia mainly because of like it like they want to do the same thing with Taiwan, right?
Yeah.
So
100%.
Yeah, and so they're it's kind of like buddies of like, oh, you wanna sneak in, take that country, take that, republic, whatever. All right, I got your back if you got my back.
Maybe I'm crazy, but I would think the Chinese leadership doesn't want to be viewed as a thug the same way that Vladimir Putin's being viewed right now. I think since they've taken so long to like, I know they've always been a threat with Taiwan and several areas in that region, but it's like they've never like just stormed in there and conquered it when they clearly could have. That's not what they want then, obviously. So they really want to like find some sort of middle ground where they negotiate for it or they win the people over somehow and like get them to just agree to it. That seems to be what they want to do there. That or they're really scared of the U.S. and they're doing a good job of not showing it. But Vladimir Putin is clearly just this will never. They're not going to forgive him for this. Like the leaders of the world, I don't think he's going to be viewed differently from now on. This is a different thing he's done this time.
How much longer does he want to lead? So he's 69, Putin, and really? Until recently, I would have said, fact check me. I think he's 69. Until recently, I would have been like, he's going to retire soon, right? No one leads past like 71, 72, 69. And now it's like, okay, he is 69. But with our recent leaders, like I think Trump's going to get reelected. He's the favorite right now. I don't know how old he'll be when he gets reelected. Maybe 100. Like suddenly 69 seems.
How are you electing these people? Like
I don't know. We're regretting.
One grand was getting shuffled off to a fucking home 10 years before these fuckers even started running for election. Like, everyone I know that is that age is fucking retarded.
Like, you could probably get into like
fucking fried. Why are these people running in country,
dude?
Yeah.
So, all right, yeah. One, why isn't Putin retarded by now? He's 69, or maybe he will quickly be in 2 years or something. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, just to be clear, like some people like keep all their wits like throughout their whole life, though, right? Like not everybody goes senile.
Yeah,
it's not a given.
At the end there.
But most of them do.
I mean, like right before death, I'm sure. Like Betty White wasn't good for the last 3 years. Look at this tank of a man. You think that guy's going senile? I saw that guy speaking at his white desk. First of all, when he was
2016, he's 63 in that. He's having.
I don't know when
done.
that picture was taken or how sharp it is. But he is
having work done.
It's got to be
because I even saw his. You look at his face from like the Russian speech he was given, last night or whatever about the invasion and everything. He's getting some filler done. No 69-year-old has that smooth of foreheads, especially somebody as undoubtedly angry as he is.
If you want a good look
furrowing
at it,
brows all the time.
Have you ever seen the Oliver Stone interviews with him?
I didn't know those were a thing.
So about 5 years ago, Oliver Stone sat down across from Vladimir Putin and did like hours worth of interviews that are on. I think they're on HBO. If you search like Oliver Stone Putin interviews, it's fascinating. And you see how he became a leader and how he won people over because he's very charismatic and he really does seem like a strong, confident leader. But he's also a war criminal at this point, like as the Ukrainian UN rep said today, or maybe it was last night at this point. He looked across at his Russian counterpart and said, just to be clear, there's no purgatory for war criminals. You go straight to hell. It's like, that's your statement?
Yeah. That was actually wicked.
Why are we putting up like Russian propaganda pictures?
I don't know. I don't know.
We're just like
they're pretty funny.
All right, yeah.
It's such a juxtaposition for what I'm trying to do. Zach's over there like, no, Kyle, look at him. He's ripped.
Can you imagine how unflattering Trump would be on a horse? Like that, all of that gut
or something.
I imagine he looks sort of like me.
It's a Clydesdale. He borrows it from Anheuser-Busch. Yeah, giant fucking Clydesdale. Yeah, I mean, in fairness, it would be tough to look good sitting on a horse. Like Putin doesn't even do it, and he had all the Photoshopists in all of Russia.
All the Photoshopists, both of them.
I think he looks fine. I think he looks fine on that horse, and I think that
he's probably in like his 40s in that picture.
I feel like he's like willfully showing some like clear imperfections, but then like because he knows everyone's gonna be like, dude, first of all, he doesn't give a fuck what you think. Clearly, he's shirtless on a horse right now. But of course he cares what you think. That's why he's on a short list. That's
so
why he's shirtless on a horse right now.
Your point correctly. Let me see if I have this.
Yeah.
Posting shirtless pictures is a power move. That's your core. That's what we're getting at.
If you're the leader of a fucking country and you're trying
no. You and your rules, Kyle. Posting shirtless pictures is a power move.
I like the rule.
So it's rape, Woody. That doesn't mean it's good.
Woody is a man after Putin's own heart when it comes to shirtless photos. When it comes to foisting unwanted shirtless photos on the world.
Oh, there you go.
I now know how women feel in the workplace. I feel like I'm at Activision every fucking day.
You said it was time to see him again.
I know Kyle's our head of HR here. I text him all the time. But I feel assaulted.
I tell him there's nothing I can do. I'm being exposed as well.
Yeah. I need to check this out. I've never heard of the Putin interview, so that's interesting.
Yeah, very good. Very good. He's sitting there fucking sipping his tea like a Bond villain and telling you why he does things the way he does. It's pretty interesting stuff. Oliver Stone caught a lot of flack for it because he's talking to Vladimir Putin. He's sitting down giving him that audience or whatever. But it is interesting to see what he's got to say, regardless of how. Yeah, did you know that Sean Penn is on the ground right now in Afghanistan? Look at that.
That's a leader of that could be he could lead a country. That guy,
easy.
I think.
Oh my god,
that guy would beat the ever-loving shit out of Putin. You'd beat the shit out of
Putin. They would kill me shortly after.
Woody, as long as he leaves me to the bedroom afterwards, I'm fucking happy. Let's go.
Could you tweet that at Russia right now and say and Vladimir Putin and say let's go? At Russia is actually Russia, by the way. You'll get to him.
SlushPuppy, if I lead you to the bedroom,
just use a fake Vladimir Putin. You don't want to upset the real one.
I want the bottom. I've been doing a lot of glute work, and it shouldn't go unnoticed.
Oh, you've been a bit of a power bottom. That Russia.
All right, we don't.
We can take Woody down.
It's blazed in now. We got it. No, you look tremendous. That's not even your best photo. I thought the other photo was better.
I thought I got excited. That's to me is the best photo.
I thought that was your best one. Time. Yeah.
I guess it depends what you like. The abs weren't as defined in that, but
but the shoulders.
I guess it depends.
Some bolder shoulders in that one.
Real strong.
Just take a camera and live stream. Just go over to Ukraine and walk around.
Well, that's what Sean Penn is doing right now. Sean Penn is filming a documentary right now in Ukraine, documenting the war.
Yeah, the Ukrainian president praised his bravery, and they took over Chernobyl. The Russians owned the As I read it, they took over the Chernobyl power plant. Wait, is that thing active?
They turned it back on some way?
Really? Yeah, right.
No, but it's still there.
It's still probably pretty cool.
It's sort of in between, like the border between Belarus and Kiev, like the main city. So it's like you drive down to Kiev, but it's just like a short turn off. So it's like on the way there. I guess
I haven't
take it, but for no reason.
No, that's where you're wrong. Russia wants to control the Chernobyl nuclear reactor to signal to NATO not to interfere. They own Chernobyl as a threat that they'll blow this shit up.
Well, they could have done that anyway with an airstrike.
No. Yeah. Oh well, I guess what they're saying is, and you're all right. That's all.
All right. What's that article from? Because I'm not blaming
Reuters. How do you pronounce it?
Well, whoever it is a fucking idiot. Because all right. First of all, Vladimir Putin has thermonuclear ICBMs, and I'm sure he has some off the coast of fucking South America, if not North America, right now in a nuclear submarine. So forget that. But the idea of making some sort of dirty bomb as a nuclear power is nonsense. But even if he did, the winds go the other fucking way. The winds would sweep the waste across all of Western Europe and all of Russia. They'd be the ones most hit by it if they I don't know, detonated Chernobyl.
It sounds right because the jet stream goes that way in general. I think though that last time they kind of went north and bothered Europe. I don't know.
But there would be no reason to do it. It would be cheaper to produce a cobalt bomb and then just drop it somewhere in Ukraine.
You didn't have to harvest Chernobyl and do something. You just had to bust Chernobyl up. And
I didn't think you'd even want to send people there. Wouldn't it's still not good to be there, right? So you wouldn't want to send people there to make a threat.
You can go there. You can
go
there. It's just you can't spend a lot of time close to the reactor.
I have no idea why he would want to hold that, but like the idea of him using it as a dirty bomb is absurd.
It doesn't add up, does it? As you guys mention it, you're like, you know what? He has really good options. Why would he want this cheesy option? Oh yeah. He could put a nuclear bomb anywhere he wants to put it. Why does he need to take over Chernobyl?
Yeah, he's not playing hardcore mode for no reason. Like he's gonna take the easy way out.
In all likelihood, it's
probably just took it.
What it really seems to me. It's a big area on the way, right between where he entered the country and where he wants to go. That's deserted. It seems like that's probably why he's there. And like you think of Chernobyl as just the plant, that radioactive area, but right, it was a gigantic city with a huge suburb and everything. Right, it's a big area of land. Probably it also sits
on like the river, so it probably has bridges there that are strategically important for crossing tanks.
Like, maybe I'm reading propaganda. Maybe I'm reading like Putin took over Chernobyl as a way to scare me, as a way to make Putin look bad. Like maybe Putin took over Chernobyl, and this is a sign. It's the most serious threat in Europe today. I'm reading. It's a sign that NATO shouldn't fuck with us, that sort of thing. Maybe none of that is really true, and Chernobyl's not that relevant militarily.
Yeah,
I would say it's just. I would say it's just for bridges. Like, why else would you care?
I wish someone would like. This is another one of those examples. I feel like of someone not speaking like jibber jabber to like just get a headline. Like, okay, so what do you think? Run me through it. What does he do with Chernobyl? That's bad. What does he do?
Perfect.
What's step 1, 2, 3, and 4? Yeah. And what are the results? Because like if you're the idea that they're making it, if anything, I feel like we probably wouldn't want to strike that area if they were hiding there. It's all.
The first clue is that the term Chernobyl, very clicky.
Use the images from the mini series. Yeah, HBO. I know, Mark. It'll be cool.
Yeah, HBO.
Okay. I can tell you exactly why. Look at the map. It's the only bridge north of Kiev that crosses, and it's the closest to the Belarusian border. So it's the only reason they were captured.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
I don't know anything about anything, but
the river is too thick to cross to Kiev.
What is a good? I've been watching like ABS and ABC and CBS, like just their live apps on my Amazon, but I don't know where else to go for like. I wish I had CNN, but like I don't even know where their app is or if I can get it.
Usually, if you're looking for like the battle clips, those usually
no.
I social media before anything else.
Like right now, like I'm not right now, obviously, but after the show, I'd like to just watch CNN live because like if something happens, like there's gonna be a reporter with like a camera pointed at it, like on a balcony somewhere, and it'd be cool. I don't know. I want to watch that later.
I tend to watch. So this doesn't fill your need, but I watch CNN and Fox, and I mostly watch them on YouTube. The clips. It's not real time like you're looking for, but that's
I need to find I wish there should. Why is there no? There probably is CNN live, and I'm just.
I think CNN's live is on their website.
Yeah, but I want to do it on my like Amazon device.
I bet you could find like a live streamer who's there.
I could probably use the internet browser on my Amazon device and just go there. It's irrelevant. I'll get it fixed. I don't know. I hope this thing doesn't spill over and get any bigger than it is. It's hard not to talk about because it's kind of all that's been happening the last couple of days.
It's pretty scary.
You notice we're not talking about the mask so much right now.